we going today?
We are going to pick up the Suzuki Samurai.
Yay, Diesel! Where are we going? Where are we going? He's running around crazy.
He's excited to get into the woods.
There's the handyman. Diesel, what are you doing? Are you so excited?
So as you see, engine and trans are still fully attached. At this point, transfer case, drive lines out. My goal here is going to be a whole frame restoration essentially. I've got a KBS coat system to coat the frame. I've got a little bit of work to do. This front cross member is going to have to be rebuilt. Which shouldn't be a huge deal. Body mounts need to be re-engineered there. The holes are pretty much trashed. Not a huge deal with that. And then there's some other areas of the frame that are going to need a little more attention than others. But ideally, this thing is pretty solid, and I got a seal on the whole unit. So I'm pretty excited about the build here. So a little bit of what I'm thinking of doing is I've got chrome ollie axles to go in the rear, and then a Spartan locker as well. From what I've read, the front axle, I think I'm going to leave it open, and then basically just kick it into four-wheel drive with the lock tubs when needed. But I like the idea of the Spartan locker, so I can still drive this thing on the street and still yet be able to go off-road and have a pretty pleasurable time. What else are we doing? So I've got a KBS coat system for the inside of the fuel tank as well. You know, the tank looks to be in pretty good shape. I'm going to pretty much do videos on every part of this build, product reviews and so on and so forth. So I've kind of got an organization system going here. KBS coat stuff is over here to the left. Along with some other chemicals that I'm going to be working with just to help prep the frame and coat the inside. I've got the KBS cavity coater This product comes pretty highly recommended, but I'll do some individual videos on that stuff. I've got a full disc brake conversion kit to install. I'm going to do slotted and cross-drilled rotors as well. Not that it's necessarily a must-have, but they're pretty economical, and why not go with the best? Like I said, Spartan locker here. Looks to be pretty easy to install, so we'll have that going for us once we're ready to completely pull the axles from the frame. And then I've got some engine parts to install: timing belt, water pump, thermostat. I've got oil pan gasket on the way. I'm going to put a clutch in it. So tons and tons of work with this Samurai. It does run, it does drive. I did initially remove the factory carburetor, and I put a 3K carb on it from Certified Machine. I've got a time-lapse video of that I intend on putting up, and you know, I can answer any questions or whatever anybody has. So also I'm going to do the low range off-road GM alternator swap onto this Suzuki. What else? God, there's so much. We're going to do a YJ spring conversion with the Bonsai springs. There's so much on all the different lift systems out there that I really don't have an exact clue on what to use. So I kind of just picked one and went with it. There's nothing bad that I've seen, so hopefully there's plenty of articulation as well as ride quality on the road. From what I gather, that Bonsai system with YJ springs is excellent on and off road, so that's kind of what we're going for. I'm going to end up using some 33 by 1050s on 15-inch wheels. I'm not going to go bead locker. I kind of want to, but I don't know that it's totally necessary, considering you know, how much rock crawling and real need there is versus the cost. So I'm going to go with some standard just steel 15-inch wheels from Summit, I believe. So that's in the mix. What else? Goodness. I'm going to do an e-brake conversion on the transfer case as well, so there will be park brake, just because I'm going to be driving it around town and I don't need it rolling into anybody. I do have a 9,500 pound XRC winch to put on the front. I'm looking into the bumper situation, front and rear. I'm probably going to custom build those unless I find something super economical to install in place of the non-existent front bumper now and the factory bumper. We'll talk a little bit about the body. So this body behind me here, this is not going to be the body that goes on the Samurai. It's not in horrible shape as far as the doors and I don't know, I guess the metal on the inside. The dash is trash. There's no front windshield. There was a snow pusher box that fell on top of this body and crushed it in. And you know, if I wasn't going for a build that was super clean, I would just use this body and maybe try to fix what I could and paint it. But the reality there is, I think that you know, using this body, it's not going to be quite as good looking. So I've got another body to use. The tunnel has to be welded back in it. I have no idea what paint I'm going to go with. Comments would be appreciated on maybe what there is out there to use that's still tough but looks good and also doesn't cost a fortune. So I'm sure I'm missing things, but I kind of wanted to do an intro video. I've got some other stuff to upload as well that's going to be you know, some of what I've done so far, like loading and unloading, that kind of stuff. I just kind of want to give a full front to rear you know, video of the build. So hopefully you like and subscribe. Tune in for more. Thanks.